YNAB doesn't work for me. I hate YNAB. Oh yeah, I tried that. It doesn't work. I'm here to tell you about the 3 top mistakes I see in everyday YNAB use and how to avoid them. My name is Amber Duggar, and if you are new here, welcome. If you are a business owner and are looking for ways to really empower yourself with money, cash flow, and all things finances, make sure to subscribe, like this video. It totally helps me get this out to more people. So I appreciate it so much. Okay, let's get down to the 3 top YNAB mistakes that I see my clients and others make on a regular basis. The very first one is that there is not real-time entry in the app. Now, if you have used YNAB for a while, you know that it's easy to stop doing the real-time data entry, but it's so, so important to do this. And why? Because it always makes sure that your budget is actually accurate and showing how much money you have in each and every line. So by doing real-time entry, you're following your own process, which is looking to make sure that you actually have money in the line. And if you don't have money in the line, you're asking yourself, do I really need this? Or if I do really need this, where can I move money from so that I'm not breaking my own promise to myself of following this new system? So a lot of times people think YNAB is this, restrictive service or software, like any budget. A lot of times people immediately think restriction, but it truly is the most freeing thing when you use YNAB properly, and it gives you permission to spend your money. So number one mistake is not doing real-time data entry. The second mistake is using it as a tracking app similar to Mint, or even thinking it's just another Mint substitute. Now, if you've used Mint before, you know that it is quite confusing because everything resets the next month as a traditional budget would. But with YNAB, it's an envelope system. And so if you're always having the transactions be pulled in and not actually entering them in real time, then you will find yourself in a pickle a lot of the times, because then you're going to see a lot of those reds and yellows in your budget if you don't have enough money set aside. And that can really cause some frustration and anxiety. And a lot of times people will end up just stop using it altogether when this happens. So not thinking of it as a tracking app, but truly thinking of it as an envelope system and really being able to use it as a decision-making tool will make all the difference for your YNAB experience. Now, the third mistake that I see is not reconciling regularly. And this is a big one. So in my Profit for Keeps course, we talk about actually magic money time. And so we have a challenge in there. And the reason we do this is because we know that by using it regularly on a daily basis and reconciling on a daily basis, will always, one, get you into the habit of it, two, get you up to speed on YNAB in the quickest amount of time. But three, it just gets you into a method of being able to do it in less than 5 minutes, versus if you haven't reconciled, let's say in a few weeks or even a month, it can take a while. Now, for those that have been using YNAB for a while, you know what I mean. I've definitely been in that camp, and it's not fun. So of course you can do fresh starts, but that's really another thing that I see happen a lot, is that there's just so many fresh starts, and then you don't have any history, you don't have any way to really base your spending history or decision making. So ultimately, it's best to have a regular reconcile. Now, I don't do it daily. My husband does. We have separate YNABs, but I do it at least once a week. And so I always recommend in the beginning, do it daily. And then once you feel really, really comfortable with it, then at that point you can choose to do it more on a every other day or weekly basis. Now, I'm not going to let you go without a few bonus mistakes that I see, but I could not fit it all into the 3, and these are really important. The one is that they don't, I see people say, oh, YNAB doesn't work for me. This is for Europeans, by the way, and Australians and New Zealanders. Hey, everybody. First, there are more banks that are getting connected to it, but two, a lot of people say, oh, I can't use YNAB because it doesn't connect to my bank account. Secret. YNAB didn't connect to any bank accounts until 2016. And That was, I actually know the founder of YNAB, Jesse, and he told me that was one of his biggest regrets, was actually making that functionality, because it's the number one thing on their list of things that are going wrong. And two, it really has created this idea that you can't use YNAB if your bank account doesn't connect. There are so many other ways to use YNAB if your bank account doesn't connect. And honestly, it's really best to not have it connect in the beginning so that you can truly be entering everything in, and you can be reconciling, and you can really see where your money is moving in and out. And there's no better way of getting clarity around money than to look at every single thing coming in and out of your bank account. Now, there's some ways around this. One, there's an import feature, which every bank that I've come across has been able to be used with this import feature. It takes a little bit of time the first time, but then you can do it in literally less than 30 seconds. In Profit for Keeps, we even have a bonus library, and I had a client of mine in Canada make a video for everyone so that she could show everyone how fast this process was, because she used TD Bank and TD Bank did not connect. The other thing is you can do recurring transactions. So if you have something every month, like your mortgage or rent, you can put that in. And so then that way, that's one less thing you're having to enter in. And it comes back to that rule, that first mistake that I was talking about, real-time entry. When you do real-time entry, the bank import feature truly is just a time-saving feature, because it just shows, yep, you entered everything and they're all now matched. So a lot of times that can be something that just completely prohibits or prevents someone from the magical wonders and land of YNAB. So if you are one of those people that have not yet tried it because of that, I highly encourage you to check it out, as you will have so many other ways to make sure to get your transactions in regularly. The second bonus tip or mistake that I wanted to mention is that I see this a lot of accounts being connected, including a lot of savings accounts. And you can connect as many accounts as you want to YNAB, but the problem with that is, one, there's way more accounts to reconcile. Two, if you don't fully understand how the software works, you may have a wedding savings account and then not allocate that same amount of money that's in your wedding account to a wedding line. So then what happens is YNAB uses that money just like any other money that's connected to the budget, and you can put it anywhere. So the idea is that you either have savings accounts that you don't connect to YNAB so that you know that, okay, that money's there and I'm just not touching it. Or you put everything in one account the way that YNAB was really intended to be used. And instead of savings accounts, you have lines in YNAB for specific things. But you don't want to have a whole bunch of savings accounts connected unless you're being really diligent about making sure that you have lines that coincide with the amounts that you have in your savings account. That's it for today. My name is Amber Duggar. I'm the founder of Profit for Keeps. If you are liking this video, again, please do like it, subscribe to the channel. And if you haven't yet, we would love to have you join one of our next masterclasses. You can go to amberduggar.com/masterclass and sign up for our next one. And of course, that way you'll become part of our community. We have a Facebook group, and we love cheering on fellow entrepreneurs using YNAB and Profit First. All right, everyone, take care.